episode 2 of the Daily Mews. This is April, your cat health coach here. And today, I almost forgot the very important mew. Mew. So today we're talking about a very important topic, and this is how to properly socialize your new cat or kitten when you get them into your household. And this is so important because if you do not do the proper steps to socialize and do this correctly and slowly, then you sometimes could end up with a situation where your new kitten or cat never gets along with your other cat. And that, of course, could be a really big problem. So it's just like with people, first impressions really mean a lot. Really, really mean a lot. So you've got to do this properly. So what we're going to show you here is my number one favorite way to socialize a new cat in your household, and that is by using the crate technique, we call it. So what we have here are wire dog crates. These are actually dog crates. This size, I don't know the actual dimensions, but it's about the size for a large dog. I think there's one size bigger than this for an extra large, like a Great Dane. This would be like a large dog size. So if you can get one of these, borrow one from a friend. You can find one online for cheap. Lots of people are always selling them. Borrow them from your vet's office, perhaps. And this is going to be the best way to socialize your new cats. So number one, what we're going to do is we're going to say inside the crate is your new kitten. And actually we have a little kitten here, so this is perfect. And we'll call her new kitten, and we'll call these two resident cats. So when you get, and this is after, by the way, you've done the quarantine period. You don't want your kitten or new cat in an open crate like this until after you've done the at least 7-day quarantine period off in another room, completely enclosed, where there won't be an exposure, just in case. So new kitten's going to go in the crate, and resident cats are on the outside of the crate. And you're going to want to do this procedure for about 7 to 10 days. So be sure the crate is big enough for litter box, as you can see, water, cat bed, heat lamp, toys, so your new kitten is really comfortable and happy. So the purpose of how the crate works so well is new kitten and resident cat can see each other very well, can smell each other as they're doing right now. Thank you, you're wonderful little show models. They can be really near each other, but they know that they're safe. The kitten knows it's safe from the resident cat knows it's safe, because a lot of times with a new cat or a new kitten coming into the household, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of tension, they don't know each other very well, and cats are very, very sensitive to their territory. So it works best to let them do this slowly and know that their territory is safe and their territory out here is safe. So during the period of the 7 to 10 days, however long it takes, and you just got to kind of gauge how your cats are getting along. There's a few tricks you can do to kind of speed up the process. So number one is you can have a nice wand toy like this, and you want to play with them. You want to play with them both together with the toy. As I'm doing here, you can see, they start engaging. This is awesome because they start to say, oh wow, when I'm close to each other, my mommy, daddy is playing with me. And so when I'm near this new cat, then I get fun things like play. And this really helps them to start a bonding period together. So we want to do this. And as long as things are going well, I'll put a little disclaimer here. If for whatever reason there's a lot of tension and maybe the new kitten or the resident cat is being very aggressive, you want to separate them again and start all over. If there's so much aggression that the resident cat maybe is like attacking the cage, or anybody's being bit or scratched through the cage, then you got to go back to quarantine and kind of start from the beginning. But most of the time, they're going to be very happy with this situation. So this is tactic number one, we'll say. Then tactic number two is you're going to want to do treats, and you're going to want to give them lots of treats. But again, give it to them. Yeah, everybody wants treats. Give it to them together. Give it to them when they're together. So some treats will go in the crate for the new kitten and some treats outside. So again, this is a really good thing when they're close together. They're seeing, you know, reward. We're happy, we're together. When I'm around this new cat, I get good things. That's the objective here. Then lastly, what you can also do is feeding time. Hopefully all of you are doing actual meal times, not free-fed dry food, just throwing that in there. So your meal times, twice a day, maybe 3 times a day if you got a young kitten, and you'll just simply get them their food, and one dish will go in here to feed them, and then the other dish out here to feed them. And you want to start a little bit far away because cats are, again, very sensitive. Cats are just very sensitive. This is what everybody needs to know, really. Very sensitive, especially around feeding time. They're extremely vulnerable when they're eating. Cats don't like to eat together. So start with the dish, you know, a few feet away from the cage the first night. Second night, bring it a little closer. Third night, bring it a little closer. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Everything's always baby steps. Get to the point where, you know, they're eating about this close together and they're eating their meals comfortably, and that's great. Once you're at this point, they're eating really good and comfortable and everybody's been good for 7 to 10 days, you know, then you can just open the crate, let them go, let them be together. Make sure you supervise for the first couple days, of course. And, you know, that's really about it. That's some amazing ways to get your new kitten and your resident cat very well socialized. Just be slow with the process. Give them their time and space. Every situation, every household, every cat's different. And another thing to point out is this is a good situation to do not only if you have other cats in the home, but even if you have a dog. We often will hear of a kitten and a dog not getting along because they were just introduced way too quickly. So this is a great way to just take it slow for the whole household. So, all right, then everybody's good and loving on each other, and you can have a wonderful start to your new addition to your family. And any questions, as always, just post or comment below. And if you guys need any personalized help, health, behavior, anything cat, you can always message me on my Cat Health Coach page, facebook.com, Cat Health Coach April. That's a wrap.